Hey soldiers, it looks like the judge in the Sam Bankman-Fried case has had enough of Sam's antics. And he's thinking about remanding this guy to jail in order to await his trial in October. Okay, so after watching this report, I want you to comment jail if you think he should be remanded, or Bahamas if you don't think he should be remanded. Hey guys, I want to address something before we get started here today. Number one, a couple of people have said, hey Tyrone, you are not giving him his presumption of innocence. And you're right, I'm not. I don't have to. The government is obligated to that convention, not me, the private average Joe citizen. That's something that the state, capital S, has to be beholden to, not me, not you, unless you, of course, are in the court system. Further, some other people have said, well, Tyrone, you don't have any proof that he's done these things. And you're right, I don't have any proof. I don't have to have any proof. The burden of proof is on the prosecution, in this case, the U.S. Attorney's Office. You know, Sam Bankman-Fried, his attorneys, if they don't believe that the government has put on an adequate demonstration proving that he did what is alleged, Sam Bankman-Fried's people don't even have to put on a defense, okay? They can just say the government failed in its obligation to prove that Sam Bankman-Fried did it. So I don't have to have the proof. Damian Williams has to have the proof, not me. So that is, I just want to level set there. Let's get into it. Now, understand also, the defense is signaling that it will agree to additional bail restrictions. And they're doing that because this lawyer, Cohen, Sam Bankman-Fried's lawyer, knows that the judge is getting pretty PO'd here, and his client is going to end up, and look, his client's going to end up in jail, awaiting trial, as I said, and the lawyer doesn't want to have to go to jail every day to talk to this guy. So it's in his interest to keep this guy free pending trial. And look, we all know who Sam Bankman-Fried is. This guy kept running his mouth. He's been trying to communicate with witnesses. He's been using a virtual private network, all sorts of things. He has had the audacity to say that he wanted FTX's Robinhood shares. We've reported on all of this. FTX's Robinhood shares, which were more than likely purchased with ill-gotten gains. All right, this guy's all over the place. Now, you don't have to have any kind of experience with the criminal justice system in order to just have intuitive knowledge that you shouldn't continually antagonize people who can take away your freedom. A federal judge in New York on Thursday raised the possibility of revoking bail and remanding Sam Bankman-Fried into custody for possible witness tampering, but opted to give his attorneys and federal prosecutors more time to propose stricter conditions of his pretrial release. Now, again, we all know that if this was us, okay, first of all, we wouldn't be out on bail. And I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody set a $250 million bail for me, you know what I do? I just say, hey, Sheriff, go and put the handcuffs on me and walk me back into the back, because this is basically like saying no bail. No one's coming to my rescue for this. Nobody's putting their house up. No one's doing any of that. If we'd gotten bail at all, okay? Second is we would not be allowed to play all of these games that Bankman-Fried has played. If you even think about contacting a witness here in Baltimore City, they're going to lock your butt up, let alone doing so at the federal level. So this guy's got some friends in high places that have been doing a good job of keeping the heat off of him until now. Bankman-Fried pleaded not guilty to fraud and conspiracy charges that accuse him of misappropriating billions of dollars from the crypto exchange he founded, FTX, and he has been free on $250 million bail. Federal prosecutors have sought to prevent Bankman-Fried from contacting potential witnesses and restrict his use of encrypted communications and the internet, but During a hearing, the judge expressed concern the government's proposed rules did not go far enough. So look, the lead prosecutor is Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. The judge is telling you, listen, the rules you put on this guy don't go far enough. Now, you may want to tighten them up a little bit. There may be probable cause to believe Bankman-Fried committed or attempted to commit a federal felony, witness tampering, by contacting FTX's general counsel and others associated with the case. This is what the judge is saying. There is a solution. And again, this is the judge. He's saying there is a solution, but noted that prosecutors had not asked him to revoke Bankman-Fried's bail. So what's going on here? Why won't the lead prosecutor, Damian Williams, just say, hey, look, he's out there flouting the rules, being a bad boy, we need him remanded. Sounds like the judge is perfectly willing to have that happen. Having him live with his parents is a check against some other risk, said U.S. Attorney Nicholas Roos, Assistant U.S. Attorney Nicholas Roos, who said the government was trying to balance a need to ensure Bankman-Fried behaves himself with the defendant's First Amendment rights and his ability to prepare defense. I don't like the sound of that because, again, would this have been equitably applied to others? There is nothing preventing him from preparing a defense if he is awaiting trial in jail. There are literally millions of people in America in that situation today. Many of them are under federal indictment. So what's up with this? The government, at least what I know of them in terms of the prosecutorial arm, is that they're usually pretty, tough to deal with. And I don't know what the stance is here. Oh, we're going to allow him to live with his parents because that's a check. What? I don't think that would be afforded to too many other American citizens. They go on to say, Roos goes on to say, and this is interesting, we're trying to find the right balance, proposing Bankman-Fried be limited to using one mobile phone and one computer that are each equipped with monitoring software. Now, somebody in the comments brought up something very interesting, and this may be the answer to the question of why it seems the government is being so light on him. Maybe what they're trying to do is gather additional evidence. Okay, they're coming right out and saying that they want monitoring software on a mobile phone and a computer that he would have use of, right? I would be very surprised if the government hasn't already been monitoring him in some way, shape, or form. Not even that. I don't believe that VPN thing can get around the United States government. Okay, otherwise they just make it illegal. So maybe that's the answer to why they're handling him with kid gloves, because maybe they want him to lead them to others. Okay, and the speculation that I have is others could be involved. I mean, you've got two Harvard professors that stood up as guarantors for him on this bail issue. So how deep does this thing go? Now, the judge, Kaplan, wondered about other phones, computers, and internet-connected electronics in the Palo Alto, California home of Bankman-Fried's parents, where he's confined. Right, what's to stop him from going and using dad's computer? Dad is not under indictment, okay? Why can't he use that? Why can't he use mom's cell phone? Quote, why am I being asked to turn him loose in this garden of electronic devices? Bingo. Okay, so either it's the speculation that I had just a moment ago that they're trying to, create a situation where he's leaving some breadcrumbs to somewhere else, or something else is going on, because they're being very, very kind to this guy. And the judge is trying to figure out why. Alarmed by the prospect of bail revocation, the defense signaled it would agree to additional restrictions. We understand from your comments today there is no margin for error, defense attorney Mark Cohen said. Now look, again, Cohen would rather go to the Palo Alto house with the swimming pool in back and sit down and discuss this case for hours on end with Sam Bankman-Fried over some nice beverages than go to a federal lockup, and a dingy, smelly federal lockup, and hold those conversations with him there. So he's like, hey, look, let's get serious, Sam. Bankman-Fried is barred from using a VPN to access the internet after the government raised concerns about him trying to conceal his online activities. We did the report on that just the other day. Kaplan was skeptical of the defense excuse that Bankman-Fried was merely trying to watch the Super Bowl by using his online NFL Game Pass account. What he does, now the judge says, what was he doing watching a football game on a VPN that anyone can turn on a television and watch for free? Kaplan asked. So Kaplan's like, look, you're not going to sit here and make a fool of me. I know what's going on here. And Sam, you might have lived this life of privilege where, your stuff didn't stink and, everybody just pumped your little ego up and pumped your little head up to think that whatever you did was genius level and you just couldn't be called into question. But now this judge is riding him a little hard. And I've got to believe that the lead prosecutor, again, Damian Williams, has got to be looking at this and saying, okay, this is getting to the point where the judge is actually frustrated and thinking that we're not. Again, the judge is like, hey, why haven't I been asked to remand him? Like, come on, give me an opportunity here. Check out this report we did. Sam Bankman-Fried using a virtual private network to watch the Super Bowl. Was he really watching the Super Bowl, or was he trying to communicate with witnesses, move money around? Check it out, guys. I will talk to you soon.